Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what I thought we would do today is these little characters. This one is an alligator, and this one is a rhino. Now I'm going to see if I can put in some googly eyes, because my son says that these would look really cute with googly eyes. So that's what we're going to try to do. All right. Now, am I going to be able to get googly eyes in them? I don't know. But we're going to try it. Now, let's see. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to use the Let's Resin UV Bonding Kit to try to get the googly eyes in there. And then we will pour some resin. All right. Let me get a little drop in there. Don't want no bubble. Okay. I'm gonna, these might be a little too big, but we're going to do the best we can. Now this is supposed to cure completely within 5 to 10 seconds, but I'm not sure if it does or not, so I'm still going to put it under the light. Okay, the other one here. Hopefully I don't get any bubbles under these. And hopefully you're able to see them. Okay. All right. Rhino has googlies. Now, this one looks like his eyes are a little bit bigger, so I think his will probably turn out better, but I don't know. I'm still going to put them under the big light. Just because I want to make sure that they are completely cured. Ooh, may have put a little too much UV on this one. Get down in there. All right. I'm going to put this to the side. Put our googly eyes up. Let's see, where's my, it goes that way. I got these containers off of a friend. She was selling them in the yard sale, a whole box of them. All right, let's get the big light. I may need to take the tray out. Nope, that fits. All right. We'll give that 5 minutes. It doesn't need 5 minutes, but I'm just going to give it 5 minutes. I'm going to mix up some resin, get our colors, and be right back. All right, guys, so these are done. We're going to take these out. I'm going to put my light back under here. Now, what I thought we would do is marble these up and then paint them up afterwards. Maybe give some little eyelashes to the hippo. I have Gray Tide from Eye Candy that we're going to marble the hippo gray and white. And then I have this Saye Forest Sunset mica powder that we're going to do the gator. I have mixed up 10 ounces of resin, and I'm just going to, I'm thinking they might take about maybe 5 ounces each. So we're just going to mix up here. I think I see a hair down in that one. That one needs a little more, I think. Okay. And then let me get another cup. I don't want to mix it all up at one time just in case they don't take all of that. Okay, that's going to be for our white. I want to leave about 2 ounces if I can. Yeah, that's about 2. Okay. Alright. If we need more, we have that sitting to the side. Now let's see. I see a hair down in here, guys. I got to get that out. Well, did you see it? Right there, I got it. Where's the paper towel? Alright, wipe that off. Now, that's going to be our white. I'm going to use the Tea Expert pigment paste. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit down in there. Usually it doesn't take much. Let's mix this up and see if, yeah, see, that's going to be plenty. I am going to put this in the debubbler before we pour. Yeah, that is good opaque white. Now for our gator, we're going to do the Gray Tide from Eye Candy. I do have a 10% off code for all Eye Candy products. So I will put that on the screen as well as in the description for you guys. If you use Eye Candy products, you can save yourself 10%. I love Eye Candy. And this is such a pretty gray. You know, pastes don't usually need much, so I'm just going to scrape the back off. Just use that there. So I think that will be plenty. Mix this up. Yeah, see, that is awesome. Get it completely mixed here. Make sure you scrape your sides when you're mixing your colors, because the color does like to stick to the side. You don't want a streaky color. Okay, and then you also want to scrape your stick. So you've got that color on that stick, and you want to get all of that off. You don't want to risk parts of that color getting globbed up and it's not curing that part of your resin piece. Okay, here's our gray. Pretty. Okay, now for our mica powder, Forest Sunset. I think that kind of reminds me of the color of a gator. Just going to take a scoop there, put that down in there. I'm wondering if this might have a gold tint to it. Sometimes they do, these greens. It's alright. Okay, you know, with mica powder, get it mixed up really well first before you start really mixing. Because if you don't, that mica powder is going to fly everywhere. You're going to have it flying through the air. I know sometimes I've noticed on my videos I can see the mica powder flying. Okay, that mixed up there. Alright guys, I'm going to get all of these in the debubbler. Put the lid back on that. And then we will be back to pour. Alrighty, so I got the resin mixed up. And I got it out of the debubbler, so we are just going to attempt to marble this up. And this is what I'm going to do to this, and I'm going to pour some green down in there and some white, because wherever the color hits is how this is going to turn out. Put some white over here, put some green back in the center. Just fill this up. This whole face is going to be white. Alright, I got a little green left. Now let's see how we're going to do the gray. I know I want the gray down in his horn. Both horns. Okay. Now let's try this. Put some gray, some white and gray, more white, more gray, some more white. Now let's just finish with the gray. See if we can get all of this out of there. I do love these little silicone spatulas. Get everything out. That way you're not wasting any of it. That is so awesome. That one's done. Now let's see if we can get the rest of this white out. I think this will be plenty enough to... So that's what I figured. 5 ounces for each one was more than enough. It actually took 4 because we've still got 2 set aside that we didn't use. So we can find something else for that too. And I know exactly what I want to do with it. And I think we'll still have plenty left after, because I have the cutest little giraffe mold. Okay, now with this green, what we're going to do is I'm just going to wipe this off a little here. I got the shaker mold. You can get these on Amazon now. And we are going to fill this turtle with this green. And make sure you do his shell clear. That way you'll be able to see all of your little shaker pieces down in there. Go down in his tail. I'm still going to have a little green left. Now, we're going to put just a little clear. I haven't debubbled that. You know what? We'll do UV for that just to make sure. Let me find this little giraffe mold. I just had it. Here he is. Now, isn't he cute? But you know what? I need to make sure. Yeah, I don't see any bubbles down in his horn. I don't want to squeeze because my googly eyes. Alright, giraffes are like this pale orangey looking color. So, I think this is my orange mix. Let's do a little brown and orange and see if we can get him to marble up that way. So let's put the resin here. He's not going to need much. It's probably going to be plenty. Now, where's the brown? Brown. We'll use dark brown, Prolex. Okay. Don't really need a lot of that. This is more of a peachy looking, isn't it? Let's just do a little in case we want to add a little orange. Yeah, that's a pink. Definitely need some orange in that. Don't want our draft to be pink. That's light pink. I think I must have put that one in the wrong spot. And there is our brown. Okay. Let's find some orange. How about Roleo Coral Rose? I've not used this, so I'm going to have to open it up. Pretty color. Let's see what a little of that down in that pink looks like. It still looks pink to me. So let's add just a little more. And let's put just a drop of white. There is nothing that says you can't make your colors any color you want it. Yeah, that still doesn't look orange to me. Okay, let's get another orange, because that does not. How about Eye Candy Rainbow Orange? I'm going to put a good little scoop of that one in there. Okay, let's see. He is still not orange. Let's put a little white. That's about 3 drops. I want to tone that down. Okay. That's what we're going with. So let's get these sticks out. Clean that one off. And clean that one off. Now there's a few bubbles that's popped up on the top. Just going to pop those. Alright. Now let's see about how we're going to make this sucker look. And we're just going to fill him up. Okay. It's got a little tail back there. Maybe if I drop it. Okay. There we go. Now he's got a bubble down in his head. I probably shouldn't have filled him that full. There it comes. You see that? He's still got another one. I should have popped this and only filled him half full, because now I'm risking overflowing. He's got bubbles in his ears. That's what you see coming out now. About overflowed him. Did you see me? Okay. I'm hopeful that we got everything, but I don't know. Just pop them bubbles. I'm going to see about, there's a little bubble under the tail there. I can't tell if it's a bubble or if it's full, so we're just going to leave it alone. Pop my bubbles here. Now, I'm going to get my dump mold for the rest of this, I think. So we got some green here. Don't think we, well, I don't know. I've got some butterflies and things we could do. So let's move this out of the way. I just stuck that in resin. Okey-dokey. Now, let's see. Where's those little butterflies? Alright, here's our little butterflies. I've got something on this one. Okay. Now, I also have some starfish that I just got off of Amazon. And these little druzy bits. So, I don't want this. I like doing my butterflies with a stick because it's much easier to just drop a drop down in there. And I just let them flow on their own. They'll fill up, spread out. And if I need to add more, I can. I think I added too much to that one. I can take some of that out. It kind of sucks it back down in there anyways. So, you don't really have to worry too much about overflow. As long as you fix it instead of just letting it go. Okay, there's our green ones. We're going to do some of each color, I think. See if that'll suck all that down in there. This brown's a bit thinner, so it is dripping off a lot quicker. And it's the same resin. The resin will be linked in the description. This is not one of my favorite resins. It's JTDO, I think is the name of it. It's not one of my favorites. Probably not one that I would buy again. Takes a long time to cure. And sometimes pieces can still be a little soft. Oops. That one's got a little too much. Let's get some of that out of those. There we go. Now, our little giraffe's still not orange. He's still kind of pink. But He's just going to be a funky one. Now let's take this color, and it's got a little of the brown in there, so some of them might be a little marbled. I'm not doing the greatest dripping off of these, so let's see if I can fix up some of these and get some of that out. It kind of looks like I put too much in him. I like the color. It's just not a giraffe color. Okay. Now let's get that brown and see if we can maybe get a couple different colors. Some of them still probably going to be completely full. Almost. Let's see if we've got enough of this color to do a starfish. I think this color would make a cute starfish. I jerked. Didn't mean to, but I did. Okay, now I'm going to just lay that down there. I'm going to see if I can get out all of this. I think I had some green on it. I might have a little green. That's okay. All they are is extras anyways, right? Now let's do the brown. Finish filling these up. Got a little too much. Okay. Now let's see if we can... Ooh, put too much on him, didn't I? Take some of that out. Now let's just finish the brown here. And they don't take much, do they? I think it's easier to do it this way. I think I've got color going down the stick. We're going down the side of the cup, I mean. I think we'll fill all the starfish up. Kind of cool. Almost. I'm going to have to move that gator. He's going to get in my way. Otherwise I'll spill him. Move him back. Move him, move him. Now, let's see. Almost, guys. Can we get enough brown to finish off? I think we can. Let's see if we can drip off the rest of these to fill up some that's not as full as others. Okay, now we can just scrape that off there. I gotta wipe my hands off too. I've got resin all over me. That's why gloves are important. Alright, now we got a little green. These are little drusies. I'm not sure how well they're going to work, but we're going to try it. I mean, it's just extra resin anyways, right? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is get this and see if we can get the rest out of here. It'd be nice to be able to fill up the whole mold, but if we can just get those, then we're good. I don't know if we'll be able to fill this last one up. It's kind of small, so it's not going to take much, so I think we might be able to. There we go. Now we just take our dump mold over here, and what was left, there we go. Alrighty guys, we'll let all this cure up. We'll come back for a demold. See you guys then. Hey guys, so all this is cured up, so let's demold it and see what it all looks like. Here's our little orange butterflies. And they're all going to look the same. So we're just going to pop all those out. Even the ones that put the brown in, they just all kind of went orange on these ones. I think the brown was in the cup already though, wasn't it? Okay. Now these are the mixed ones. There you go. And I'm kind of lost all of the brown. That one did too. Most of them, the orange has kind of taken over. This one's not. Okay. The rest of those, there's a solid brown one. One's kind of pretty. Half and half. And then the solid brown. Okay. Now we have our green ones. I'm going to save one of, well, no, I don't want a green and a turtle. Not that color green anyways. Maybe green from a previous one. That one might show up. Alright, let's get the rest of these little butterflies out of here. Now these were the little drusies. Little druzy crystals. You can make pendants out of those. Maybe brush a little gold across the top. Okay. Or starfish. Let's get an orange one here. And then the mixed. Alright. Well, I shouldn't have put them down in there. I'll have to dig them out later. Put them in another cup. It will be okay. Alright. Now our little shaker. I've already demolded this because I did it with UV resin. And our little turtle. If I can pop that loose. Just getting the suction. There it goes. That is so cute. Just look at him. Isn't he cute? Hopefully, okay, that's a little too big. It won't fit down in there. So I will have to trim that up a little bit. And then I thought we would put a couple of these little bubbles down in there. Okay. And then these came from Laura's Art Corner, mini glass beads, teal. I thought we could put a few of those down in there, would look pretty. I'm getting them everywhere. They're so small. And then maybe a couple of these. And then the butterfly. And then once yeah, that's way too big. Once I can trim that down to fit that down in there, and I'll glue it on there with some UV resin. Alright, our giraffe. I'm worried he might have bubbles in his ears, but we'll see. It's not really a giraffe color. I was thinking after I did this, I'm like, well, maybe I should have done more yellow. Yellow. Giraffes are like this yellowish orange looking color. So I didn't pick the greatest color, but okay, it's a little, okay, no bubbles. One under his mouth. I'll have to figure out what I want to do with him and fix him up. We'll figure out something. Okay, next, this is our hippo. Okay, I got a little bubble on top of his second horn there. And one behind his eye. I'll have to fix those up. No other bubbles though. Paint his little face, give him some little eyelashes. And he's got his little googly eyes. Okay. Now our little gator. And these come as a set on Amazon, so I will link them for you guys. Oh, he's cute. Paint him up a little bit. Might give him a little hat or something. And he's got his little googly eyes, and they came out so perfect. The little googly eyes stuck. Here we go. Now we got it. All right, guys. I'll do a time lapse and fast forward this as I do all this. So I'll see you in the back after.
In Linda's room where the magic flies, make a powder swirl like candy skies. An epoxy alligator with a dapper hat. Rhino's got lashes, imagine that. Swirl the colors, let them collide. Marble dreams in the resin tide. Oh, epoxy zoo, what will we do?
Alright guys, so what I've done is I tried to fall down the shell for the turtle, but it's just, there's too much. It's too big. So I just glued him on top. Put the little pieces down in there, and that's all I've done to him. Now with our rhino, I took and I painted her little face up. I filled in a couple of the holes with some UV resin, and I painted her little ears, gave her some eyelashes, and then glued a little bow back on next to her tail. And that's all I've done with her. Now with the giraffe, wasn't a whole lot that I could really do, so I gave her a bow in her hair. I painted her little mouth and nostrils. There's not really eyes that you could paint. And then I gave her a little diamond necklace. And that's what I've done with her. And then for our gator, I painted his mouth and his teeth, his nostrils, and then just glued him on a little cowboy hat. And that's all I've done with him. Alright guys, that's it. So we will let these finish setting up, and then I will see you guys back for the next video. Bye for now.